We're
So what's our
fixing it.
topic today, Tina Jan? Let's talk about our topic.
Our topic today is side hustles.
Side hustles.
I feel like I'm the queen of side hustles.
I was thinking about this, and I think, but they're not really side hustles. You have you're the queen of main gigs. You're like, oh, let's just start this company. Oh yeah, let's just start this company. Oh wait, what about this one?
But I feel like they all started out as side hustles, and then after I grew more passionate about them, I built a system to make them function better.
Okay,
So I think they evolved from a side hustle into a main gig.
okay.
Yeah.
And you still do very well balancing them all too.
I
So
don't I don't know how I do that. We'll have to talk about it in the episode
work-life
after
balance.
this, work-life balance. I will have very little to add to that one.
So many ideas. I again, reality versus perception, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So side gigs. Now I will tell you, this is the first time that I've been where I don't have two or three jobs. It's been like when I first got in real estate, I was working for Lennar and I was doing parties on the side.
You
Um,
were? That sounds
yes,
fun.
I was totally, yeah. Yeah. I have my life insurance license, I have my securities licenses. I'm always interested in something that doesn't exactly apply completely to real estate, but
Mhm.
also stimulates that sciencey, mathy part of me.
Mhm.
So I know that not a lot of people understand these things, and so I wanted to understand them. And I think you're very similar in that way.
I'm similar in that way, and I also there's like a creativity aspect. I like making things, I like crafting, so it's a little bit of the sciencey, a little bit of the math. I think the tutoring comes out there, but then I feel like I have my artsy side that comes out in like the photography, like the paper crafting, that kind of stuff. I like doing those things too.
Yeah, and I think your AI creativity and the all the stuff that you've done with that. So
Yeah.
that totally makes sense. It's just like each thing is a different aspect of your personality.
Yes. It's nice to be able to have an avenue for those things and also somehow get paid for them, which is kind of nice. Like, okay,
See, I need
sure.
to figure out the getting paid for. I just do random things.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that just side but not the hustle? I don't know.
Side drag instead of side gig.
I don't
It decreases your coffers instead of increasing them.
I would
All
say the
right.
knitting thing definitely yarn is expensive. Hobbies are expensive. And so
Hobbies
if
can be
you
very
can turn them
expensive.
into a business, that helps with the cost of your hobbies.
Yes. So, okay, that's going to be our number one. If you have a hobby that you really love doing and you think you
Yes.
can, quantify it, you can make some money off it, do that. Don't kill
Yeah.
the thing that you love though. Like
I've
it's a fine
m-
line.
yes, I've met some people who just love doing the hobby, but once it becomes monetary, they lose the passion. And
Right.
I feel like I don't understand that because I'm like, okay, well, that's just a bonus. I still like doing my hobby anyway. But I understand for some people it adds added stress. Maybe it gives
Right.
them anxiety. Now they feel like they have to like perform and make money. And maybe, it was fun making the things for themselves and little mistakes didn't matter. But once they have to make things for other people, then it has to be perfect. Right.
Right.
Like, and so they get really scared about that. So I've definitely met some people who feel that way. Um,
So why do you think it's so important that we talk about side gigs right now?
Um, I feel like a whole economy has come for the last, I don't know, maybe like decade where people have to supplement their income, maybe because living expenses are very expensive. And so they need to supplement with other jobs. I don't know if it's the American work ethic is really different from other people globally. I don't know if it's because, you hear like European work hours are much less and they
Right.
have just like more breaks. And then Americans we work ourselves a lot. We have longer work hours. We take work lunches rather than stepping away to take lunches.
Right.
I think it's a little bit of the American culture to always be working, like somehow that is celebrated. Um
Workaholicism. Yeah, it totally is. It
right.
absolutely is.
Um for me, it's yeah. What do you think?
Well, I think that I've seen, well, like I said, for a long time, I was always doing something else on top,
Mhm.
just because I think I needed to be challenged in that way, or just something else. It brought something else to the table for me. But I think that right now, I see, well, they're projecting that we're going to lose a lot of real estate agents. And I truly believe if people can just weather this, I think it'll be a short storm. It's not going to be like 5 years. It might be a
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
But if people can get through it, they're projecting that the productivity that people will have is going to be astronomical after that, because there's so many people that are getting out of the business.
Yeah.
And so for me, any way that I can help people just to stretch and
Mhm.
learn and try something different and not give up on their dream of what they want to be, but just get to the dream of what they want to be.
During the recession, so like the 2007 to 2011, I was an agent then as well. And so that is really when I started to tutor to make side money to so that I could keep pursuing real estate as a career.
Right.
So I needed something that could work time-wise with real estate, and tutoring helped because you can set your own times for the hours that you work, you make good money, for that time frame. And so it was able to help me pay for bills and things like that. And then when the real estate economy jumped back up again, it was really hard for me to let that go because it had been with me throughout that whole time, and I had built
Right.
relationships with clients. And so because I couldn't let it go, I added to it, like, I made it bigger. And so now I have a company for it, and I have other tutors that work with me. So that became bigger. But I don't know if yeah, I feel like for other people, maybe the struggle to work at someone else's job and like to be dictated by a different boss, they want to, like in our last episode, they want to be bosses, their own
Right.
boss,
Right.
right? Yeah. So I think a lot of that is the side hustle becomes your main gig. You get to be your own boss. I
Yeah.
think that's a real big dream.
And you can do it when you have time. So I know a
Hmm.
lot of these things that I saw, it's just like, whether it's you're taking care of kids, or you have a job but it's only in the morning, or you have a job but it's only at night.
Hmm.
There are things that you do to work around them if you need to just pay off bills, if you
Hmm.
need to, you're just saving up for something fun. If there are so many ways that if you're not making the income that you need to,
Hmm.
that you can kind of help augment that.
Hmm.
So let's
What?
get into these side gigs that we found.
Yes. You start. Tell me some
Okay.
side hustles.
Well, one rabbit hole I totally went down just because I was curious and I
Hmm.
haven't done anything about it. You can donate your blood plasma for
Everybody's
money.
got blood plasma.
We all got the plasma. Um, and 80 to $120 a month. There's a company called BioLife Plasma. Their website says you can get up to $900. I think that's in multiple donations. I think there's always a caveat, so research. But I have donated plasma before, not for money, but I was like, hey, if I could, why not?
That's awesome.
So,
And
if
people
it's
always
helping
need it,
somebody in the
right?
long run and you can still make money from it, why not?
Yeah, that's nice.
So for those, there is a commitment. I think it's each time. Sorry, there's a dog. Hank just is very active today. Um, So for the BioLife Plasma, I think it does take like an hour minimum each time you go in. There are definitely some medical questions or some things you have to qualify for. I think they pay for more depending on the plasma,
Like the quality of it.
I guess.
How much
So,
did you
and there
say they
are
pay for that
multiple,
again?
80 to $120 a month. And then that BioLife Plasma said there you can get up to $900,
Wow.
right?
Yeah. That's a car payment.
And you just sit in the chair while they take your plasma.
Nice. Nice. No
So
physical
that was the
labor.
one that I had recently. I was almost gonna book a thing just because I was curious. I was gonna make like this journey of what it was like to donate plasma, and then
Yeah.
I said no. So
Oh,
maybe in future episodes we'll see if I get back into that.
nice.
Do you want me to keep on going? Or do you want to go with one?
I'll go with one.
Okay.
I interviewed a friend of mine and they recommended the app Field Agent. So with Field Agent, he kind of let me look at his phone and play with it. You go to stores and you fulfill task requests. It's usually an item that you buy, but you'll be reimbursed for, and then you do a review on it, or you answer questions, or you can they ask you to take pictures of displays at stores.
Huh.
And so it's kind of similar to like a secret shopper.
Right.
And each task pays around $3 to $10 based on difficulty. And then one of the shops I noticed on the Field Agent was Costco. So if you're going to the shops anyway, you're going to Costco anyway, you can look on there and be like, okay, I'm going there anyway. I can do these tasks. Not bad.
That's not bad at all. Curious.
Yes. Field Agent app.
Field Agent app.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go to my next one, which is Drive for Lyft or Uber. That's always an easy one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as you have a car
Mm-hmm.
and you have availability to drive people and you can put up with people, it's a gig. And I know of people who started doing it and really loved it, and that's become their main gig, and they can do it when they want. And if they're on vacation, they're on vacation. They don't have to request off.
Mm-hmm.
You just say when you're available.
Nice.
So I think that's very viable. They both offer obviously flexible scheduling, extra pay during peak hours, and insurance protection for while you're out on the job.
So my next one is Uber Eats or DoorDash. So my friend said he recommended Uber Eats. He drives for Uber Eats, and it's not just for food, it's for other stuff as well.
Okay.
So
Like what?
he was just saying like it's more of a personal preference thing, but he prefers Uber Eats. But it allows him to spend time with his family in the minivan and explore new places. So, for example, after a recent delivery to Crestline, he got the opportunity to take his kids out for a walk around Lake Gregory. So
I
it's
like
like,
that.
right? Like you can kind of pick your places where you want to work based on where you want to go that day.
It's like a little adventure.
Yes, it's like a
I
little
like that.
adventure.
Well, that goes to the next one that I have, which is deliver groceries. So Instacart or Shipt. I know for me, I love Instacart. It's going to be a very hard month for me because this is the month that I'm giving up both DoorDash and Instacart. So I fulfilled my no Amazon shipping last month, and so now it's on to the next.
Ooh, congrats.
I love being able to go to Instacart, check out all my stuff, not have a bunch of extra stuff, take a shower, get stuff ready around the house, and the food's here. So I appreciate all of you Instacarters. You've probably been to my house. So what's your next one?
I'm gonna reply back. So you know how you said you had your Amazon challenge?
Yes.
So my challenge for me is bagging up one bag of trash every day. Like all the random stuff, like hoarding, whatever it is around the house. I'm trashing it, and I'm taking out one bag of trash every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What size trash bag?
Like full size trash bag.
Okay.
Like a kitchen size trash bag. I don't know. Are those 13 gallons or
13
something?
gallons, yeah.
Yeah, 13-gallon trash bag.
That's fantastic though, because you're gonna see a dent so quickly.
Yes. I did a couple of them already, and I'm like, oh, I can see the horizontal surface of my table now. Like, just like really basic things. I was like, yeah, why didn't I do this before? So
because sometimes we have to gamify things, right? Just
yeah, that's true. Okay, so we had mentioned the side hustles you need a car for, right?
right.
So this one you don't really need a car for. This one is just recycling. So my friend was telling me that different recycling centers pay different amounts. So like the best payout, I guess, is from a special machine that pays 10 cents per bottle. The other cheaper centers pay out by weight, so by pound. And it often is much, much less than paying out per bottle. So recycling.
Huh. I think I'm going to stop taking my recycling can out and figure something out there.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
The next one that I found was something actually the next two on my list are something that
Okay.
you already do.
Okay.
Become a photographer.
Hmm.
So that one
Yes.
was interesting though, because yes, smartphones can take very good shots. However, I think that you need specific equipment for specific jobs. So
Hmm.
then that is also quite a spendy thing to get into.
Yeah.
So if you have something you can start with first and then save up for the next level and then go from there, that may be a smart way to go.
So when I got into real estate photography, I bought a camera body that was refurbished, so used from B&H Photo.
Yeah.
And so it was the camera body. And then because I do real estate, I really only need a wide angle lens. I don't need all the other different lenses. So I tried to find something that had a like maybe about 18 millimeter to 14 millimeter, or maybe even 10 millimeter, something that is very wide angle. And so I was able to start with a used camera body and a used lens. And, eventually got enough jobs in where I could buy a new camera body, new lenses. But if you're going to do that, like you want to get a tripod. I
Right.
started out with like cheapy tripods, but eventually worked my way up to a more hefty tripod, one that when the wind blows outside, your camera's not moving around all over the place because it
Right.
needs to be still. And then, yeah, but yeah, and you can only, there's so many gadgets and extras that you can buy, but that's the basics. Yeah.
All right. What's next on your list? Or should I do the second one that
Um,
you already are?
yeah, you do the second one. You do the second one.
Tutor online.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So an online tutor, I think you can get away with really not paying for very much. Like you can do Zoom, but I think Zoom for free cuts off like in 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah. Or you can try some other like online like FaceTime or like Google Meets or Google Hangouts. I think they also have a time limitation too. But yeah, there's a lot of online tutoring opportunities. It's less popular now than it was during the pandemic.
Right.
So for me, I started tutoring before the pandemic. So I was doing a lot of at home tutoring. And like my company were always looking for tutors.
Are you doing like, what would you say the mix is now for the company? Is it more in person
Oh,
now?
yes,
Okay.
definitely. Way more in person. So
And
we
you
have,
offer the option of if they want in person or if they want on Zoom.
yeah, we offer virtual, in person in office, and in person at home. And
Okay.
each of those is different prices. Virtual is the cheapest, in office is the next cheapest, and then the most expensive is the at home tutoring.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Mhm.
Nice. All right, now even though we're talking about you, onto your ideas.
um I for my side hustle, I have Amazon merch. So this is
Yes, tell us more
something,
about that.
yeah, this is something that I've talked to about with our other friend and broker, April. And she just recently started an online business as well. But I was super into Amazon merch. So basically, with Amazon merch, you have to get an account with them. You sign up and then they'll kind of review your information. And if they have enough room, they will approve it. And then you can become an Amazon merch seller. You upload designs. Either you can pay for someone to make a design for you, or you can, get Canva, or you can, like I do mine on AI, and then I like fix it or Photoshop it, whatever, to make it a little bit different for me, like fix the things that are weird. Like, AI always has weird fingers going every different direction.
Yeah.
So fix those things, and then I will upload it, and then they'll put it on a t-shirt or something like that. You can also take your designs and put them onto websites like Redbubble, other print on demand sites like the ones that make stickers, ones that make what's the other one? What's the one? Zazzle is one. Yeah, Zazzle, and then there's other ones. I can't remember all of them.
Nice.
You know that sloth design that you had?
Yeah.
Someone actually bought a sticker from
Oh, really?
Australia, of that design from my
That's so
Redbubble.
cool.
Yeah.
See, now that makes me want to play some more because I got way more sloth in my head. And as you can see with all my plants behind, I could get all into succulents too. So
Yes.
the next one on my list is you can actually become a transcriptionist. So if you're good at typing and listening and you have a good attention to detail, then this could be the job for you. So basically, you're a professional typist. You listen to recorded or live audio files and type up written versions of them. You have to be trained and certified, but you can make around $20 to $45 an hour depending on your skill level and speed.
I've actually taken one of those practice tests
Uh-huh.
for transcription, and it's really kind of neat. Like, it's harder than I thought it would be, and they talk faster than I thought they would, but it's kind of cool because you can pause it, type it, pause it, type it. So um I don't have any certification on it. I was just trying it out, but it was really neat.
Right? I mean, and if you have the extra time, that's definitely something you do. Um, when you have any time whatsoever, early in the morning, late
Mhm.
at night, whatever you got. So
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think that's awesome. That this one suggests that there's a job site called Rev that you can
Mhm.
go to and nab some jobs.
Nice. Um my one of the other side hustles that I do is open house sign setting.
Yes, tell us
Yeah.
more.
Basically, we set up open house directional signs, and it was kind of funny because my brother was like, "Do you do any other signs like political signs, yard sale signs?" I was like, "No, only open house directional signs." It's so specific,
But you could.
but but it was a void
Mhm.
that didn't have anyone servicing it,
Right.
and it was something that I would always really wished had existed. So I kind of put a system into place. I have a few sign people. One of my sign guys is really good. He's just my regular go-to guy, and that's his side gig, right? Is just on the weekends putting out open house signs. He gets to go to beautiful houses. I think him and his mom go together, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, these houses are so beautiful. They're going up into, like, South Redlands, just really pretty areas." And yeah, he puts them out and takes them down when the open house is done, and everybody's happy. So,
Well, speaking as to like a side gig that could become something real, anytime you take care of a pain point in
mhm.
anything, whatever job you have, if there's something that people like Tina and I were talking about, we just hate putting out signs because you get sweaty and it's not fun. And so
Yeah.
Tina's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to run with this and start a whole business. Okay.
Yes. I had been
But
thinking
so
about it
smart.
for years, like, how do I make this happen? Like, the pieces to come together. I'm like, how do I know where the signs are gonna go? So it was creative and fun, and then I was, like, inspired by something, and I was like, "I can do this!" Like, and it finally came to life, and I was really excited about it.
But yeah, you can totally take anything like that and start it into a side gig or main hustle. It's a business idea.
Yeah.
It's crazy today.
Yeah.
Next one I have is teach English.
Ooh.
So basically, they have a company called like VIP Kid, and they handle all the lesson plans and the grading for you. And then you just need a desire to help others learn and time to lead a class.
Wow.
So I like that. I know I've heard of a lot of my friends actually have taught in other countries English.
Yes.
And I know that's a big thing if you want to travel and like that's not a side gig, that's your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is something you can do.
That is, a commitment, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. To move
My
to another country, yes.
Yes, that's not a side gig.
And
That's
I've
a
always wondered
full-time
how that
gig.
works because, like, you probably don't know their language very well.
But I think they want full immersion. So I
Right.
think you go there, you speak English, and they're happy to be fully immersed.
So you're like a zoo animal, and they're like, oh, this person speaks American.
I've heard too that they really want the full experience. So, like, they would rather have like a American looking person speaking American English to just
Okay.
get the full experience of it too. So yeah, you just
Interesting.
go there, be yourself, and get paid.
That might happen. All right, what's next on your list?
I don't really have much more. I did have like crafting.
Okay.
So both paper items and promotional. And where's my stuff? Hold on.
Get
Hold
your stuff.
on.
Go get your
Okay,
stuff.
hold on. Where did I put these said things? All right, hold up. Ugh.
It's gonna be like SpongeBob. 3 minutes later.
Sorry, don't look behind the curtain. So I made these and they're so cute. Look at them.
Oh,
So,
that is so cute.
right? They're
And it's got
welcome
the
to,
QR code.
it's got the QR code at the top. You put it on your water bottles. This part right here, you can slide your business card in. Hold on. I feel like I'm doing like an infomercial right now.
You totally are. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more, and you can slide your business card in here. I'm really bad at that.
Look,
Look.
that is so cute.
And you put it on your water bottle, and I don't have any water bottles.
How
But
do you do your little cutty cuts?
I use Silhouette Cameo, a cutting machine, or other people have a Cricut.
Okay.
And then I designed this whole thing myself, the shape, the cutout. I did a QR code of my business. This is for the open house sign setter, but I was going to like kind of give away a few of them to like promo their stuff. And then at the very bottom, I have my open house sign setter. You know, we make open houses easy. And if you don't have cards, look at that. It's a cute little autumn themed house.
That is awesome, Tita.
Right?
But wait, there's more.
Yes. So you can just like hang it on a water bottle and have it look cute when your clients come in. So paper crafting. I love it.
Paper crafting.
I made
And you've
cute
done a lot of crafting before. Like you don't just do paper. Oh, that's cute too.
right?
You make your own cards?
I made my own cards. I made my own Halloween cards and I mailed them to my clients.
Love it.
And I can
What
make
was your
cards.
cost for that?
I'll have to look it up. I think I bought these white cards, blank cards from Amazon. Hold on, let me look it up. I will look it up right now. Give me a second.
You've seen SpongeBob, right?
No. I mean,
Oh.
I know of SpongeBob, but I've never.
Have you ever seen the part where it goes 3 minutes later? That's what I was doing earlier when you were looking for your crafts.
I have not seen that.
So this is where sometimes my conversations with Tina go awry because I say something pop culture and she may not have been exposed to it.
And I'm just like, huh? Okay, so each of these was I got 100 cards with envelopes and it was about $25. So each card and envelope is 25 cents.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I printed out with a design. This is from AI Art. And it's just a cute little house with pumpkins, right? And I think.
So are you still using Midjourney or what are you using for your AI art?
Yes, I'm using Midjourney. I used a lot of different little AI art apps before, but now I'm just like fully on Midjourney. I feel like I've learned the language, the text prompt language. And so I use that. And then I use Procreate, which is an app on my iPad to fix any of the weird mess ups.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might be signing up for a class with you on those. Because why not? I have a few more. They said like you could rent your home. You could rent a spare room.
Yes.
Of your home. Because Airbnb will allow you to rent a room.
Mm-hmm.
Reselling thrifted items. I know a lot of people go take yard sales, get things for cheap because they actually know the value. Now that's something I think you need to know a lot more for.
Right.
Because if you're not quite
versed in
like
the value of
you
things.
think it's a Versace and it's not.
Yeah, you'll spend money where you're not going to recoup it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think a little bit of those are learning curves, but a lot of people are able to do them and do them well.
Yeah. One of my best friends, when we were in college, this was something that her family was doing, her and her mom. And her mom actually turned it into a business. She does estate sales now. And so got to be really good at knowing what things are valued at.
That's a very cool skill set.
Yeah.
It's not one I have. Mine's like, it's pretty. Okay, I want. Okay. Other things on my list, babysit, depending on your age. Um, become a user tester.
What's a
So
user tester?
so you can test out websites, apps, and products and give your feedback.
Oh.
Most of them say that you'll get about $10 for each test that you complete. And the 3 companies I saw that do that are like User Testing, Analysia, Analysia, and Try My UI.
Hmm.
Dog Walker Pet Sit.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a super smart one because a
Yeah.
lot of people are away and they will. I have friends who pay for dog sitters. My sister's actually a dog sitter in her spare time.
Mm,
She really, really enjoys it. So
nice.
that's her side gig. Clean houses.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about doing tasks for people. Let's see, wash and detail cars, mow lawns and do yard work,
Yeah.
sell baked goods, which sounded really fun to me until I really like to bake sourdough bowls. But each time I start one of these things, it's like a minimum of, I think, 14 hours.
Oh
So
my
yeah, no,
gosh.
that's not gonna
Wow.
happen.
That's a lot of investment, time
Friends and
investment.
clients, yes. For
Mm.
massive production, no.
I got one of those sourdough bread things and it was delicious.
So
It was really good.
I was gonna make another one for this weekend, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wah, wah.
Hmm.
You can also rent your car. I'm a
I've
little
seen
iffy about
that.
that, but yeah.
I know
So,
they do it on like outdoorsy, like if you have like a trailer or something like that, you can rent it out when you're not using it.
which that makes total sense because when you're
Yeah.
not using your RV, then
Yeah.
it's just sitting there.
Right.
This one is car sharing platforms like Get Around, Turo, Hire Car,
Mm-hmm.
connecting with people who rent your car when you're not using it.
Mm-hmm.
They even have insurance to protect you and your car. It depends on your vehicle, how much income you can make. Um, but the Turo place actually said that you could rent one car, can earn over $10,000 a year.
Wow. That's
So
cool.
to me, that's a lot of trust, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of trust.
It is. I don't think I'd be
Um,
able to do that because I use my car all the time.
right. And
But
we
it,
never know when a client's going to call and say, "Hey,
right.
need me now?" And we're like, "No, my car's being rented."
Yeah. But I'm in a 2-person household and we have 4 cars. So the other 2 cars might be
Come
rented
on,
out, right?
Tina. Yes.
Wow. Yes.
But that pretty much covers, I think there was one more. What was it? Once I'd become a coach, which I thought,
Hmm.
and yeah, if you have a special skill that you can do, become a
Yeah.
coach.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're talking coaching sports or for rec leagues, there's life coaching, career coaching, Enneagram coaching, which
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Financial coaching. So if you have a natural knack or a passion for something, that's totally something that you do.
Yeah. So maybe people need to discover their passions
Right.
because then it doesn't feel like work when you're enjoying what you do.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe.
And be able to use your creativity and helping others to
Mm-hmm.
make some side cash.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of these, um, they could be for anyone. Like you didn't need to have a special skill set to be able to do several of the side gigs that you had mentioned.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think if you do, then more's the better.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you already have something you enjoy doing that will actually help you make money, then why not? But if
Mm-hmm.
you don't, then it is nice to know that you can pick something just to get that gig. And
Yeah.
I know that they said too, like in the States, especially like you were saying, we've become a lot more of a gig economy. So
Mm-hmm.
I know they're saying like millennials often do a lot of gig work and you get
Mm-hmm.
paid by whatever you produce or whatever thing that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a bad way to be, and I think will probably continue as things change in the workforce.
Do you think there's a limit to how many hustles we can do at any given time. Like, how much is too much? And should everyone have at least one side hustle? What if you're the type of person that just wants your just 9 to 5 job or whatever, and you're happy with that and you don't want
That's
to,
fine.
right?
That's totally fine. I think that good on you. I think it's hard to find a 9 to 5 that either takes care of everything in your personality so that you feel between that and your home life that you are, complete.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're getting paid enough where you can make ends meet and you're happy, then that's fantastic. I think to
Mm-hmm.
each their own, whether they want to do a side gig or not,
Yeah.
whether they need to do a side gig or not.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not something I think I've always had a couple jobs at a time. So why not?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's always something exciting about starting something different too.
I
So
think so too. For me,
yeah,
I really like the just changing pace, having my
right.
mind think about something else, work on something else. It's really, for me, it's very exciting starting another business and trying to get it to become a stable baby, like, So for me, I really enjoyed that part.
Well, and Tina, for me, I've been working on I want to be a public speaker. So I
Mm,
want to develop some courses to do. I'm challenging myself to get in front of more people and to just round out my speaking style to be as engaging as possible. So
mhm,
it kind of like coaching is what I'm
mhm.
looking into.
Yeah,
Eventually, one day, one of you guys, I'm going to be on a TED Talk. It's going to happen. So look for
nice.
that.
I'm
I'm working
excited.
on it, actively working on it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
It'll be great. I'm excited. It's like anything else. You start out, you don't know exactly how it's going to go, but
Yeah,
you just make steps
yeah.
every week to try to do something.
Mhm.
All right. Are we ready for my fun facts?
Yes, totally.
All right. So we are in November. So I'm going to do things about November. Um, I know that Tina's heard about this. So in various parts of the world, including Australia, the US, and England, every year in November, there's a thing called Movember. And the idea is to raise money for charity by growing a mustache. So participants are supposed to shave on the first and then let it grow. And especially there's supposed to be amusement that happens, I guess, for how crazy your mustache grows. And then you shave it at the end of the month. November.
Oh my-
Let's see. November is apparently the official month of banana pudding lovers.
I did not know that.
There are other things to celebrate though. So it's also National Novel Writing Month. So if you've been waiting to write your
Ooh.
novel, do
Ooh,
it.
that's
It's also
nice.
National Pomegranate Month,
Mhm.
National Adoption Month, and many others.
Whoa.
I'll do one more.
My pomegranates are ripening right now, so it is an appropriate month for pomegranates.
It is a very appropriate month for pomegranates.
Mhm.
Okay, this one. William Shakespeare apparently was not fond of November. So he wrote 154 sonnets and 37 plays, which are all still in production today. In all of the works that he wrote, the month of November is never mentioned.
Weird. Not
Weird
his
that
favorite.
somebody actually analyzed to find out and all
Yeah,
of those things that November's not mentioned.
that's weird.
I like it. I like a funky fact.
Yeah, that is a funky fact. I remember reading about how people who are good writers historically are just really prolific writers. They just write volumes, and the ones that we like are just a small subsection of all of the written works that they've done. So if you want to
Right.
be good at something like Shakespeare, just do a lot of that
A
thing,
lot of it.
and then some of it will be really good.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of it.
So I didn't prep a mistake.
That's your mistake. It's not prepping a mistake.
It's my turn, isn't it? Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Okay. Well, can I bust one out? I guess I can bust one out.
I mean, we're all humans, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, we had a little snafu yesterday, and one of our tutors was not able to make it to their session. And hey, things happen. Life happens,
Right.
right? But I think the part that didn't help was that something had happened the week before, and they needed to cancel. And then the week prior to that, they had gotten there a little bit on they gotten there on time, which for the client was late. And then they left a little bit early, which for the client was very early, so it was like a lot of unmet expectations. I think if
Right.
anything, it's just lack of communication and setting expectations up in the
Right.
beginning. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. I feel like any of the problems that I really have with other people is communication problems, not meeting expectations, and not having people just misunderstand. A lot of misunderstandings. And if there's a way that I can just, or everyone can, try a little bit more to engage in conversation that helps everyone understand each other, I think would make human relationships better, and maybe our little community better, maybe the world better. I don't know.
Right. Well, and I think too, so we all make little mistakes like that. And I think sometimes even if you didn't communicate correctly, I think a big thing that people don't do well is take the loss. Like say, I am so sorry. It was me. I
Mhm.
totally biffed on that.
Mhm.
And I apologize and I'll do my best not to have it happen again or to communicate better.
Right.
Um, I think that I hear a lot of people, I hear a lot of agents that are just like, oh no, that wasn't me. And it's like, yeah, it was, honey. It was you.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Nobody's
Mhm.
expected to be perfect. In fact, I think that's the perfection lie, right?
Mhm.
So everybody that we see is so perfect and they're on all the time and they're just
Yeah.
doing so well. And it's like, no, they're not. Something's
Yeah.
going on. That's not reality.
Yeah, to the customer, when I realized that the appointment wasn't happening, I like called them right away and I was like, yeah, I'm not able to contact the tutor that's supposed to come out and see you. And like I feel terrible. This is We work so hard to build a reputation for our business, and like for these things to happen, plus what happened the week before, it just really doesn't look good. And I think because I was just letting her know my true feelings about it, she was like,
Right.
it's okay. My husband owns a company too. Like, I understand how you feel. Like, I think she was really much more forgiving because she could feel and sense, you know, my sincerity, and also
Right.
like, yeah, the realistic part of it. But like, I'm communicating with her, right?
Right. Yeah. You're
So,
telling her the reality of the
mm-hmm,
situation.
mm-hmm.
I think that's something everybody can learn from. I've never heard of any industry where they say their communication's perfect. And in fact, in ours, that's one of the biggest things our clients say, right?
Yes.
Is there's a
Yeah.
lack of communication or they didn't quite understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And even though, I mean, in our contracts, we cover the same thing 3 times to
Mhm.
help people try to understand, you got to be ready to listen and you got to be engaged. And sometimes things get missed. So,
Yeah. Yes.
well, good job with that mistake. That's a very worldwide one.
Yes.
Well, everybody, thank you for joining us on this episode of In Three Nerds We Trust. Thank you for being our third nerd this week. And we look forward to seeing you at all of our other stuff.
Podcasts
Yeah, I don't
or
know.
web
Words left
series?
me.
Yeah.
Podcast, web series.
Web series? Yeah, we have one coming up soon. What's the topic of the next one so they can prep for it?
Next one is work-life balance. How
Work-life
balanced are you people
balance.
feeling?
Okay. Sounds good. See you next
So looking forward to
time.
see you next time.
Bye. Oh
Well,
my
I'm glad that
God.
we didn't have any massive gems since that point.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
All good. All good.
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. We're going.
Okay.
And are we going to do a change of clothes between the two different podcasts so it looks like we're doing two different podcasts, or are we just going to go for it?
What do you feel? I mean, we probably should. Do you have a change of clothes there?
Yeah, of course.
Then let's do it.
Okay, let's do it between the. Okay, sounds good. Cool. So, yeah, I have research ready for side hustles.
Well, then let's do that one first.
Okay.
Oh, let's go back to our story we were telling earlier.
I forgot what the story was.
So Tina, I see that you're rocking some pretty cool typeset today. What is the reason for this change up?
Well, I had these other headphones and they're supposed to be great quality, but they're so massive. And like, I even added this padding, wrapped it with yarn to make it softer, and it's just so not comfortable. It's just giving me a headache. I don't like it. So that's why I'm wearing these Star-Lord looking 80s Walkman ones.
You know, it kind of goes with our title though. In Three Nerds We Trust. And in our Lisa Frank style.
Yeah.
Right? I like it.
Yes.
So I was telling you right before we got started that they have done research saying what we're to look like in like, I think it's been like 20 years, which is sad.
That's so soon.
It's probably wrong.
Okay.
So because of the way that we sit and because of the way that we hunch and because of wearing those big, huge headphones like what you just showed, they say that we're going to get a little bit more Cro-Magnon looking. We're going to have, you know, guts that hang over, and we're going to be kind of like, you can see a little hump on our backs. And
I think I might have that already.
Right. I think we all do. How bad is that? So I was also doing some research, or I don't know, I stumbled across it somehow. There was a live streamer who went to donate his, you know, he shaved his head for charity. And when he went to shave, he actually had the band already there. So he had worn a divot in his head from wearing that and from gaming for so long.
Oh my gosh. That kind of reminds me of, I remember reading a long time ago when I was maybe like a kid, where different Indian tribes would have their kid's head in a certain shape because they found that shape to be desirable.
Yes.
And it was kind of like pushed back and up, a little cone head shape. So I guess we can, our habits, our headwear can still do that to us.
Maybe that's why I don't wear headwear. I do wear those, but I only really wear the big headphones when I'm traveling, because when I'm listening to the movie that I'm watching on the iPad or whatever. All right, now we change.
And that brings us to the end of another exciting episode of In Three Nerds We Trust. Thank you for listening and hanging out with us today. If you have any questions or topic suggestions, reach out to us at in3nerdswetrust@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, so don't hesitate to reach out. If you found some value in today's episode and want to stay connected, here are a few ways you can do that. Subscribe to In Three Nerds We Trust on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Leave us a rating and review on any of the platforms. Your feedback helps us improve and reach a wider audience. Share this episode with friends, family, or anyone who might enjoy the thoughts and insights we shared today. We'll have a new episode every other week, so please stay tuned for more interesting topics. Thanks again for your support, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube as well. Bye!